didn't take a photo of the sunset. I just watched it until it was gone, and felt the particular guilt of the unphotographed before realizing that the beauty wasn't wrong. Just because I didn't capture it, just because it isn't on my phone. The sunset happened and I witnessed it, and that was more than any photograph I've known. The untaken photo lives in a different place than the one stored on a screen. The untaken photo lives inside the face of someone who was actually there and actually seen it. The untaken photo is still in me, in the part of me that's actually free from the curation and the sharing, from the documenting and the comparing of my life to others. The untaken photo is the one that nobody can double tap or run past in the endless scroll. The untaken photo is the whole experience. Untaken photo. My son put the phone away at dinner, and I noticed and said nothing for a while. Just let the phone be down and the conversation find its own uncertain, honest style. And something about the dinner without filming, or the checking, or the looking at the screen, made it the most present that we've been in months. Made it the realest that I've seen us be together. The untaken photo lives in a different place than the one stored on a screen. The untaken photo lives inside the face of someone who was actually there and actually seen it. The untaken photo is still in me, in the part of me that's actually free from the curation and the sharing, from the documenting and the comparing of my life to others. The untaken photo is the one that nobody can double tap or run past in the endless scroll. The untaken photo is the whole experience. Untaken photo. Leave the phone in the pocket tonight, just for one moment, just for the light that falls on the thing that you love the most. Let it be the memory, not the post, not the post. The untaken photo is still in me, in the part of me that's actually free from the curation and the sharing, from the documenting and the comparing of my life to others. The untaken photo is the one that nobody can double tap or run past in the endless scroll. The untaken photo is the whole experience. Untaken photo. Untaken photo. There is a season between the planting and the harvest that has no other name than waiting, than the trusting of the process. than believing that the season's still the same as they have always been, that spring will follow the winter of the not yet, of the soon, that everything that's been placed in the ground will find its way up to the afternoon in its own time. The waiting season is not empty. The waiting season is full of the unseen. The waiting season is the hardest chapter, but without it there would be no green, no coming through. The waiting season, trust the waiting season. The waiting season has a hidden reason for the length of it, for the dark. The waiting season is the making of the spark that will become the flame when the time comes. The waiting season adds up all the sums of everything you've done to get this far. The waiting season knows exactly what you are becoming. The waiting season. I've been in the waiting season for 2 years now, and there have been the moments of the doubt, when the silence of the ground feels like an answer, when I've wondered what the waiting is about. And then I walk into the garden early and see the thing that wasn't there last week, and understand again that nothing's wasted in the waiting, in the long and patient seek. The waiting season is not empty. The waiting season is full of the unseen. The waiting season is the hardest chapter, but without it there would be no green, no coming through. The waiting season, trust the waiting season. The waiting season has a hidden reason for the length of it, for the dark. The waiting season is the making of exactly what you are becoming. The waiting season. The waiting season. I take the long way back from lunch, through the square and past the fountain. Not because I have the time, but because I need the mountain of the working day to be interrupted by something that is just for me. Just 15 minutes of the in-between, where I belong to no one, where I'm free. The lunch hour walk is the pivot of a long and difficult day. The lunch hour walk is the smallest gift that costs the minimum to pay, for the maximum return of something human. The lunch hour walk, the necessary middle, the lunch hour walk, the tiny little riddle of how something small can change the afternoon. The lunch hour walk, arrive not a moment too soon in the working day, when everything is meetings and the inbox and the polite greetings. The lunch hour walk is where I put myself back before the afternoon can shelf me somewhere I don't wanna be. The lunch hour walk belongs to me. Lunch hour walk. I saw a dog asleep in the sun today, on a step outside a gallery, and stopped to look for longer than I should have, and a ride back late to the company of people who didn't notice the arriving, being late by 4 minutes and 16. And I carried the dog asleep in the sunlight with me through the hardest part of the routine. The lunch hour walk is the pivot of the long and difficult day. The lunch hour walk is the smallest gift that costs the minimum to pay, for the maximum return of something human. The lunch hour walk, the necessary middle, the lunch hour walk, the tiny little riddle of how something small can change the afternoon. The lunch hour walk, arrive not a moment too things we kept. I kept the ticket stub from the first concert. I kept the letter that arrived that year. I kept the stone I picked up on the beach, where you first said the things I needed to hear. And none of these mean anything to anyone who isn't me or isn't you or wasn't there. But in the drawer where I have kept them quietly, they hold more weight than most things anywhere. The things we kept are the autobiography that no one else can read or understand. The things we kept are our own private library of the moments that required a keeping hand. The things we kept, they tell the story of what mattered when the noise was gone. The things we kept have their own glory that the things we lost can never carry on. The ticket stub, the letter, the small stone, the things we kept are how we're not alone in our own past, in our own private truth. The things we kept are the evidence of youth and everything that followed. The things we kept. I found my daughter going through the drawer, and she held up the stone and asked what for. And I said, it's a very long story. And she said, tell me. So I told her more than I had intended. Told her about the beach and what was said there and the years since then. And she put the stone down carefully and said, that's why you kept it. And I said, yes, and when you have something like that, you'll understand. The things we kept are the autobiography that no one else can read or understand. The things we kept are our own private library of the moments that required a keeping hand. The things we kept, they tell the story of what mattered when the noise was gone. The things we kept have their own glory that the things we lost can never carry on. The ticket stub, the letter, the small stone, the things we kept are how we're not alone in our own past, in our own private truth. The things we kept are the evidence of you and everything that followed. The things we kept, keep the things that matter, even if they make no sense to anyone. Keep the things that matter, they will matter to the ones who come after you, who want to know you. The things we kept, they tell the story of what mattered when the noise was gone. The things we kept have their own glory that the things we lost can never carry on. The ticket stub, the letter, the small stone, the things we kept are how we're not alone in our own past, in our own private truth. The things we kept are the evidence of you and everything that followed. The things we kept, the things we kept. The things we kept. didn't write a song about my life. They didn't make a film or tell the tale of the ordinary Tuesday I was living, when the extraordinary chose to fail, to appear, and left me with the Tuesday. And the Tuesday turned out to be enough, more than enough, more than I'd been asking before I understood. The extraordinary stuff is hidden in the ordinary. The life ordinary is undersung. The life ordinary is the one that holds the world together from below. The life ordinary is the glow that keeps the rest of everything alive. The life ordinary, the beautiful plain. The life ordinary, the sunshine and rain. The life ordinary, the coffee and the cup. The life ordinary, the getting back up after falling, the staying, the choosing. The life ordinary is never losing. What actually matters, what actually stays. The life ordinary in all of its ways is extraordinary. The life ordinary. I woke up this morning and made breakfast and drove to work and did the thing I do, and came back home and ate and talked and listened and slept and woke and did it all brand new. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and every ordinary day will be the canvas of a life worth having lived. The life ordinary is the life for me. The life ordinary is undersung. The life ordinary is the one that holds the world together from below. The life ordinary is the glow that keeps the rest of everything alive. The life ordinary, the beautiful plain. The life ordinary, the sunshine and rain. The life ordinary, the coffee and the cup. The life ordinary, begin my daily art of bargaining with consciousness for just a little more of this. The pillow soft, the blanket warm, the room still held inside the storm of sleep I haven't finished yet. The dreams I'm not prepared to let go of quite so easily. 10 more minutes, just 10 more. That's all I'm ever asking for. 10 small minutes in the warm before I face another storm. 10 more minutes under the covers. 10 more minutes before the day discovers that I exist and need its attention. 10 more minutes of sweet suspension between the night and all it brings, and morning with its heavy things. 10 more minutes I still closed before the world and I get close. 10 more minutes. The birds outside begin their song, and I pretend it won't be long before I rise and join the day in all its complicated way. Before this moment, just this slice of morning that is almost nice. I hold the quiet like a gift before the gears begin to shift. 10 more minutes, just 10 more. That's all I'm ever asking for. 10 small minutes in the warm before I face another storm. 10 more minutes under the covers. 10 more minutes before the day discovers that I exist and need its attention. 10 more minutes of sweet suspension between the night and all it brings, and morning with its heavy things. 10 more minutes I still closed before the world and I get close. 10 more minutes. Is it too much to ask the sun to wait until I'm almost done, resting in this in-between, the softest place I've ever been, ever been. 10 more minutes under the covers. 10 more minutes before the day discovers that I exist and need its attention. 10 more minutes of sweet suspension between the night and all it brings, and morning with its heavy things. 10 more minutes I still closed before the world and I get close. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. The season after you left town was quieter than I thought. The apartment held its breath a while, and slowly came unwrought. I rearranged the furniture, and threw away some things. And somewhere in the emptying found what the emptiness brings. A kind of space I didn't know I needed until now. A room to grow back into me. I'd forgotten how it hurt the way it's meant to hurt, and then it hurt a little less. And then one morning something shifted, like a weight lifted from my chest. The season after you is mine, the slow and necessary climb. Back to myself, back to the light, back to mornings feeling right. The season after, strange and new, still full of everything that's true about who I was before we met, and who I'm going to be at. The season after. Spring came on without permission, the way that spring has always done. Indifferent to my private sadness, just showing up with rain and sun. And something in that indifference was almost like a gift to me, a reminder that the world keeps going, and maybe so should I. Maybe so should I. It hurt the way it's meant to hurt, and then it hurt a little less. And then one morning something shifted, like a weight lifted from my chest. The season after you is mine, the slow and necessary climb. Back to myself, back to the light, back to mornings feeling right. The season after, strange and new, still full of everything that's true about who I was before we met, and who I'm going to be at. The season after. I don't regret the time we spent, I only wish it hadn't went the way it went. But here I am, becoming my own better plan. Better plan. The season after you is mine, the slow and necessary climb. Back to myself, back to the light, back to mornings feeling right. The season after, strange and new, still full of everything that's true about who I was before we met, and who I'm going to be at. The season after. The season after. There's a bench in the park I go to when the city starts to feel too loud, when the office and the obligations have wrapped themselves too tightly like a shroud. I sit and watch the pigeons do their business, and the children climb the climbing frame, and the old man with his paper every Tuesday, who never seems to look up all the same. The bench in the park asked nothing of me, no deliverables, no metrics, no demands, just the sky above and the grass below me, and the simple act of sitting with my hands empty. empty for a change. The bench in the park is where I go when I need to let the doing go. The bench in the park is where I find the quieter version of my mind. The bench in the park says sit a while. The bench in the park says rest and smile at nothing that needs smiling at. Just the sky, just a cloud, just that. The bench in the park. A mother pushes past with the pram and catches my eye and gives a nod, the way the strangers do in parks and places where no one's anyone superior or God. Just people taking turns to be alive in the small square of a city park. And for now nobody's anyone's employee, and the bench holds everyone in the dark and the light and the in-between. The bench in the park asks nothing of me, no deliverables, no metrics, no demands. Just the sky above and the grass below me, and the simple act of sitting with my hands empty for a change. The bench in the park is where I go when I need to let the doing go. The bench in the park is where I find the quieter version of my mind. The bench in the park says sit a while. The bench in the park says rest and smile at nothing that needs smiling at. Just the sky, just a cloud, just that. The bench in the park. Find your bench, find your park, find your quiet in the middle of the dark, busy city hours. Find your place to return to your own face. Your own face. The bench in the park is where I go when I need to let the doing go. The bench in the park is where I find the quieter version of my mind. The bench in the park says sit a while. The bench in the park says rest and smile at nothing that needs smiling at. Just the sky, just a cloud, just that. The bench in the park. The bench in the park. My hands move slower than they used to, and sometimes they ache in the cold. But these hands have held so many things, and the stories they carry are gold. They built the bookshelves in the hallway, they planted every flower in the yard. They held my children as they slept at midnight, and steadied us when life was hard. Slow hands are not failing hands, they're hands that know what matters most. They've earned their ache and earned their wisdom, and I love them like I love the host of everything they've been a part of. Slow hands, still steady, slow hands, still reaching for the things that matter. Slow hands, they tell my story better than the years could ever shatter. Slow hands that held and let go, they gave more than they'll ever know. Slow hands, I wear them proudly, these hands that loved, Near the end, the lines ran in the same familiar channels, the way that love and living tends to blend from one set of hands into another, across the generations of our kin. And now I see my daughter's hands are forming into something I can recognize within. Slow hands are not failing hands, they're hands that know what matters most. They've earned their ache and earned their wisdom, and I love them like I love the host of everything they've been a part of. Slow hands, still steady, slow hands, still reaching for the things that matter. Slow hands, they tell my story better than the years could ever shatter. Slow hands that held and let go, that gave more than they'll ever know. Slow hands, I wear them proudly, these hands that love, these hands that grew. Slow hands. Don't be ashamed of your slow hands. Every line is where you've been. Every ache is something you survived. Every scar means you've lived. You have lived. Slow hands, still steady. Slow hands, still reaching for the things that matter. Slow hands, they tell my story better than the years could ever shatter. Slow hands that held and let go, that gave more than they'll ever know. Slow hands, I wear them proudly, these hands that loved, these hands that grew. Slow hands. Ooh, slow hands, slow hands. I didn't get the things I thought I wanted, the corner office, the applause, the name, in lights or anywhere much more impressive than the life I somehow built just the same. And somewhere in my 40s I stopped grieving the things I thought I needed to be whole, and started noticing the life I actually had, and finding it a rather decent soul of a life, a rather decent story. The understated life is underrated, the quiet one, the small one, the sustained, the one that doesn't make the highlight reel, but feels like everything that ever was real. The understated life is mine, and I have made my peace with the design. The understated life is full of things that pull me back from being dull and empty and distracted by the noise. The understated life has its own joys that the loud life cannot touch or take. The understated life is wide awake to everything. Understated life. My is a doctor, drives a nice car. My brother runs a company from afar. And I teach classes twice a week to kids who make me laugh at everything life did to get me to this unremarkable but somehow deeply satisfying place where I am needed in the modest way that keeps me looking forward to each day. The understated life is underrated, the quiet one, the small one, the sustained, the one that doesn't make the highlight reel but feels like everything that ever was real. The understated life is mine, and I have made my peace with the design. The understated life is full of things that pull me back from being dull and empty and distracted by the noise. The understated life has its own joys that the loud life cannot touch or take. The understated life is wide awake to everything. Understated life. Stop competing, stop comparing, stop performing for the crowd. The understated life is daring in the quietest way aloud, most aloud. The understated life is mine, and I have made my peace with the design. The understated life is full of things that pull me back from being dull and empty and distracted by the noise. The understated life has its own joys that the loud life cannot touch or take. The understated life is wide awake to everything. Understated life. Understated life. The meeting got cancelled at 11, and suddenly I had 3 hours of mine that nobody had scheduled or assigned to any purpose, any deadline. I stood and stared at my own calendar in disbelief at all that empty space. And then I did something I almost never do in a working day. I left the place. An afternoon with nowhere to be is the rarest gift in the world to me. I didn't know what I would do with it, so I just walked until it started to fit. The afternoon off, what do you do with 3 whole hours that belong to you? The afternoon off, I walked around and listened to the city's sound, as if I'd never heard it quite before, as if I'd never noticed what's in store. On any ordinary afternoon, when you're not rushing to the next thing soon. The afternoon off. I sat inside a cafe by the window and ordered something I would never choose. On a lunch break with a measured 15 minutes, and read the kind of paper with the news of local things, of small events and people who live their lives in the same square mile. And something about knowing where I was made me content to simply stay a while. An afternoon alone with nowhere to be is the rarest gift in the world to me. I didn't know what I would do with it, so I just walked until it started to fit. The afternoon off, what do you do with 3 whole hours that belong to you? The afternoon off, I walked around and listened to the city sound, as if I'd never heard it quite before, as if I'd never noticed what's in store on any ordinary afternoon, when you're not rushing to the next thing soon. The afternoon off. Take the afternoon if it comes, don't fill it up with productive things. The afternoon off is its own outcome. The afternoon off is everything, is everything. The afternoon off, what do you do with 3 whole hours that belong to you? The afternoon off, I walked around and listened to the city sound, as if I'd never heard it quite before, as if I'd never noticed what's in store on any ordinary afternoon, when you're not rushing to the next thing soon. The afternoon off, the afternoon off, the afternoon off.
I've been standing on the side of the door for longer than I should have stood before. It opened before I found the nerve to step through and get what I deserve. To be on the other side of fear, to be in the room instead of here, in the hallway with my hand upon the handle, wondering if I should go on. The door is not the obstacle, the door is just a door. The obstacle is everything that happened here before, that made you think you didn't qualify, made you hesitate, made you stand by. On the other side of the door is everything you've been waiting for. Here's the life you should have lived before, but now is just as good as then. Now is just as good as when you were younger and less afraid. On the other side of the door, you made the choice to open. Other side of the door. I opened it this morning, finally, and what was on the other side of me was not as terrifying as I'd made it in the years of standing in the shade of my own hesitation, my own wall. It was just a room, just people, just a hall of opportunity that had been there the whole time, waiting with remarkable care for me to arrive. The door is not the obstacle, the door is just a door. The obstacle is everything that happened here before, that made you think you didn't qualify, made you hesitate, made you stand by. On the other side of the door is everything you've been waiting for. On the other side of the door, here's the choice to open other side of the door.
Is everything you've been waiting for on the other side of the door? Is the life you should have lived before, but now it's just as good as then. Now it's just as good as when you were younger and less afraid. On the other side of the door, you made the choice to open other side of the door. Other side of the door. We don't talk the way we used to talk, all night about the things beneath the walk of daily life, the dreams and what they meant. But I know where you are when you're content. I know the way you hold your cup when tired. I know the sound you make when you've admired something on the television in the dark. I know you laugh before it gets to start. This is the long marriage, the one that looks like nothing from outside, the one where love is turned into a language that needs nothing to describe. The long marriage isn't what the films show. It's not the grand gestures and the glow. Before they've asked, the knowing it will be what they need before they know themselves. The long marriage is the books on shelves that you have both read and disagree about and love each other for and free. It's what it feels like, the long cold and scarred by things unsaid that grew to fill the room, and things said badly in the afternoon, of anger, of frustration, of the test that long love puts to everyone's request. For something simpler, easier, lighter, and came out the other side a little fighter, a little brighter. This is the long marriage, the one that looks like nothing from outside, the one where love is turned into a language that needs nothing to describe. The long marriage isn't what the films show. It's not the grand gestures disagree about and love each other for and free. Here's what it feels like, the long marriage. Here's to the long, long marriage, the quiet revolution of staying. Here's to the long, long marriage, the radical act of remaining through everything. Through each other full and free is what it feels like, the long marriage. The long marriage. I was gone for longer than I planned to be, gone into the wilderness of me, of recovering from the thing that took me down, of finding my way back to solid ground. The going was not chosen, it just happened, the way that breakdowns happen quietly, until they're loud and then they're all you know, and then the long slow work of coming free. The return is not the same as the departure, the person coming back is not the one who left. The return is harder, one more careful, more grateful for the ordinary breath. I'm back, I made it through, back to the life I almost lost my way to. I'm back, not who I was, back to something better than, because of everything I learned in the going, in the dark, in the not knowing. I'm back with all of it inside me now. The return has taught me how to stay. I'm back. I walked the old road slowly this time, noticed everything I missed the last time, the way the light falls through at certain hours, your neighbor's inexhaustible supply of flowers, the smell of something baking down the street, the way familiar ground feels on your feet. When you've been absent and come back to find that the ordinary is the most sublime. The return is not the same as the departure, the person coming back is not the one who left. The return is harder, one more careful, more grateful with all of it inside me now. The return has taught me how to stay. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Everything at once is how it comes. The bills, the calls, the news, the endless sums of everything that needs to be addressed before I've even had the time to rest from yesterday's particular demands. And here it all is back again, the plans and needs and questions and the things undone before today has barely even begun. Stop, just stop for a second. Stop and breathe and let the noise recede. Stop, just stop, you're not behind. You're just a person with a human mind. Everything at once can wait. One thing at a time is not too late. Everything at once can stay outside the door for now. Today I'm choosing one thing and then the next. I'm not gonna drown in this context. Everything at once is how it feels, but everything at once is never real. Just one thing, everything at once. I wrote 3 things on a piece of paper, just 3, the most important of the noise, and put the rest away until tomorrow. And suddenly I found my voice again, my foot and my ability to actually do the thing in front of me instead of staring at the mountain hole. I took one step and found my soul. Stop, just stop for a second. Stop and breathe and let the noise recede. Stop, just stop, you're not behind. You're just a person with a human mind. Everything at once can wait. One thing at a time is not too late. Everything at once can stay outside the door for now. Today I'm choosing one thing and then the next. I'm not gonna drown in this context. Everything at once is how it feels, but everything at once is never real. Just one thing, everything at once. Breathe, just breathe. You don't have to solve it all tonight. Breathe, just breathe. Tomorrow is another chance to get it right. Get it right. Everything at once can wait. One thing at a time is not too late. Everything at once can stay outside the door for now. Today I'm choosing one thing and then the next. I'm not gonna drown in this context. Everything at once is how it feels, but everything at once is never real. Just one thing, everything at once. Everything at once. Everything at once. Everything at once is how it comes. The bills, the calls, the news, the endless sums of everything that needs to be addressed before I've even had the time to rest from yesterday's particular demands. And here it all is back again, the plans and needs and questions and the things undone before today has barely even begun. Stop, just stop for a second. Stop and breathe and let the noise recede. Stop, just stop, you're not behind. You're just a person with a human mind. Everything at once can't wait. One thing at a time is not too late. Everything at once can't stay outside the door for now today. I'm choosing one thing and then the next. I'm not gonna drown in this context. Everything at once is how it feels, but everything at once is never real. Just one thing, everything at once. I wrote 3 things on a piece of paper, just 3, the most important of the noise, and put the rest away until tomorrow. And suddenly I found my voice again, my footing, my ability to actually do the thing in front of me. Instead of staring at the mountain hole, I took one step and found my soul. Stop, just stop for a second. Stop and breathe and let the noise recede. Stop, just stop, you're not behind. You're just a person with a human mind. Everything at once can't wait. One thing at a time is not too late. Everything at once can't stay outside the door for now today. I'm choosing one thing and then the next. I'm not gonna drown in this context. Everything at once is how it feels, but everything at once is never real. Just one thing, everything at once. Breathe, just breathe. You don't have to solve it all tonight. Breathe, just breathe. Tomorrow is another chance to get it right. Get it right. Everything at once can't wait. One thing at a time is not too late. Everything at once can't stay outside the door for now today. I'm choosing one thing and then the next. I'm not gonna drown in this context. Everything at once is how it feels, but everything at once is never real. Just one thing, everything at once. Everything at once.
Before the diagnosis, everything was rushing. Before the diagnosis, I had plans. Before the diagnosis, the commute was wasted, and the weekend slipped through restless hands. After the diagnosis, things looked different. After the diagnosis, I began to notice what the rushing had been costing, and became a slightly different man. It shouldn't take a diagnosis to make you see the life you have. It shouldn't take the fear of losing to make you grateful for the half-full glass. But sometimes that's exactly what it takes. and there's no shame in that. Before the diagnosis I was sleeping through the life that I was busy keeping. Before the diagnosis I forgot to pay attention to the life I've got. After the diagnosis came the seeing of the ordinary miracle of being here at all, the morning of the light. Before the diagnosis seemed like night without me knowing. The doctor said the words and I sat quiet for a longer moment than I'd sat in years. And in the quiet everything reorganized itself around what actually matters here, which is the people and the Tuesday evenings and the sound of rain against the glass, and the first coffee and the slow commute, and all the things I'd let too quickly pass. It shouldn't take a diagnosis to make you see the life you have. It shouldn't take the fear of losing to make you grateful for the half-full glass. But sometimes that's exactly what it takes, and there's no shame in that. Before the diagnosis I was sleeping through the life that I was busy keeping. Before the diagnosis I forgot to pay attention to the life I've got. After the diagnosis came the seeing of the ordinary miracle of being here at all, of morning of the light. Before the diagnosis seemed like night without me knowing. Don't wait for the diagnosis. Don't wait for the thing that breaks you open. Start seeing what you had before. The seeing becomes the only option. The only option. Before the diagnosis I was sleeping through the life that I was busy keeping. Before the diagnosis I forgot to pay attention to the life I've got. After the diagnosis came the seeing of the ordinary miracle of being here at all, of morning of the light. Before the diagnosis seemed like night without me knowing. Without me knowing. I could have gone the other way that summer, could have taken the job in the other town, could have stayed with the one who wanted to stay, and could have let my ambitions be run down into a quieter, perhaps a simpler story, a different set of ordinary days. And I will never know if it was better, I only know the road I chose to take. Every road not taken becomes the life you wonder about in the quiet nights. Every road not taken is a door that's neither open nor entirely closed, just slightly ajar with what might have been. The road not taken back is not a regret, it's just the life I didn't live just yet. The road not taken back is not a loss, it's just the road that had a different cost. And the road I took has brought me here tonight, with everything that's wrong and everything that's right about
summer road that I decided not to stay upon, and she seemed happy, seemed complete in ways I recognized from our own street. And I was glad, genuinely glad for both of us, for the separate lives we had. Both made something from the choosing, neither of us entirely winning or losing, just living differently. Every road not taken becomes the life you wonder about in the quiet nights. Every road not taken is a door that's neither open nor entirely closed, just slightly ajar with what might have been. The road not taken back is not a regret, it's just the life I didn't live just yet. The road not taken back is not a loss, it's just the road that had a different cost. And the road I took has brought me here tonight, with everything that's wrong and everything that's right about a life that I can call my own. The road not taken back is how I've grown into myself. The road not taken. Stop looking at the road you didn't take. The road you're on is the one that's real. Stop grieving for the choices that you didn't make. The choice you made is how you've come to feel. Come to feel. The road not taken back is not a regret, it's just the life I didn't live just yet. The road not taken back is not a loss, it's just the road that had a different cost. And the road I took has brought me here tonight, with everything that's wrong and everything that's right about a life that I can call my own. The road not taken back is how I've grown into myself. The road not taken. The road not taken. I was staring at the middle distance when you asked me what I was thinking of, and I said nothing, which was true, but also everything and nothing, which is love of a kind, of the particular kind that lives between the thoughts in the mind, in the space where thinking hasn't started, where intention and the self are parted briefly, beautifully. The middle distance is a real place, it lives between your face and far away. The middle distance is where the mind goes when it needs to not be thinking for today. In the middle distance, everything is slightly out of focus, everything is soft and indistinct and not required to be anything other than admired from this particular angle, from this chair in the middle distance. I don't care about the thing I cared about an hour ago. In the middle distance, I just let it go. Let it go. Middle distance. There's a Japanese word for it, I think, for staring out beyond the conscious brink into the vague horizon of the room, where nothing is specifically in bloom, but everything has potential. Everything could become the thought that holds whatever you need today. The middle distance is a real place. It lives between your face and far away. The middle distance is where the mind goes when it needs to not be thinking for today. In the middle distance, everything is slightly out of focus. Everything is soft and indistinct and not required to be anything other than admired. From this particular angle, from this chair in the middle distance, I don't care about the thing I cared about an hour ago. In the middle distance, I just let it go. Let it go. Middle distance. Go to the middle distance today. Let your eyes unfocus and your thoughts unmoored. The middle distance is the cheapest holiday, and you deserve it more than you know. More than you know. Middle distance, everything is slightly out of focus. Everything is soft and indistinct and not required to be anything other than admired. From this particular angle, from this chair in the middle distance, I don't care about the thing I cared about an hour ago. In the middle distance, I just let it go. Let it go. Middle distance. Middle distance.
The night shift ends at 7 in the morning, when the day shift comes to take the floor. And they pass each other in the corridor without much ceremony anymore. Just a nod, a handed over clipboard, a brief word about the thing that needs to know. And then the night shift walks into the daylight that the day shift hasn't seen for hours or more. The shift changes the city, breathing in and out and in again. The shift changes the world, continuing without the drama of the wind. And who and why, just the simple keeping on. The shift change happens everywhere, in every hospital and everywhere that someone needs someone to be there. Through the dark and the difficult hour, the shift changes the quiet power of the ones who keep the world away. The shift change is the vow they make to show up when it matters most. The shift change is the morning toast of the world. Shift change. My mother worked the night shift for a decade. I barely noticed at the time the cost of sleeping through the hours that she was working
the school bus in the cold, and now I think about it with a weight that only comes with being grown and old enough to understand. The shift changes the city, breathing in and out and in again. The shift changes the world, continuing without the drama of the when and who and why. Just the simple keeping on. The shift change happens everywhere, in every hospital and everywhere that someone needs someone to be there. Through the dark and the difficult hour, the shift changes the quiet power of the ones who keep the world awake. The shift change is the vow they make to show up when it matters most. The shift change is the morning toast of the world. Shift change. See the ones who work the shifts you sleep through. See the ones who keep the lights on for you. See the shift change and the tired faces walking home to all their ordinary places. Ordinary places. The shift change happens everywhere, in every hospital and everywhere that someone needs someone to be there. Through the dark and the difficult hour, the shift changes the quiet power of the ones who keep the world awake. The shift change is the vow they make to show up when it matters most. The shift change is the morning toast of the world. Shift change. Shift change. Shift change.
My father doesn't understand my phone, the way it's always in my hand at home. And I don't understand why he still writes his letters out by hand on certain nights. And we are both right, and we are both wrong, and we are both just trying to belong to the version of the world that shaped us first, before we understood the other's thirst for different kinds of connection. The generation gap is real, but it's also just two different ways to feel connected to the people that we love. The generation gap fits like a glove on a different hand, but still a hand. The generation gap is just the space between two different windows on the same face of the world, the human world we share. The generation gap is just the where and when of how we each arrived, the different roads through which we survived into this moment, the same room. The generation gap is not a doom, it's just the start of understanding. The generation gap. My daughter doesn't understand why I still listen to the same songs from the time when I was her age, from the year that music sounded sounded like the thing I call sublime. And I have stopped to explain it and just play it and wait for the moment when the melody reaches past the generation gap between us, and she feels it the same way it reached me years and years ago. The generation gap is real, but it's also just two different ways to feel connected to the people that we love. The generation gap fits like a glove on a different hand, but still a hand. The generation gap is just the space between two different windows on the same face of the world, the human world we share. The generation gap is just the where and when of how we each arrived, the different roads through which we survived into this moment, the same room. The generation gap is not a doom, it's just the start of understanding. The generation gap. Ask someone older one question today, ask someone younger what they see. The gap closes when the curious stay in the conversation long enough to be changed by it, changed by it. The generation gap is just the space between two different windows on the same face of the world, the human world we share. The generation gap is just the where and when of how we each arrived, the different roads through which we survived into this moment, the same room. The generation gap is not a doom, it's just the start of understanding. The generation gap. The generation gap. The generation gap.
There's an hour in the late afternoon between the work and the coming of the moon, when everything goes soft and undefined, and I can almost hear my own mind. The traffic hasn't stopped, but something shifts. The urgency of daylight somehow lifts, and what remains is something close to still, a quietness I didn't know I'd feel. The quiet hour finds me every time, reminds me that this life is also mine. Not just the meetings and the things to do, but this particular kind of true. The quiet hour, don't waste it. The quiet hour, just taste it. Let it be the thing it needs to be, a space between the noise and sleep for me. The quiet hour, receive it. The quiet hour, believe it, that rest is not a luxury you earn. The quiet hour is yours in return. face down and let it be, and sat inside the quiet carefully, like someone handling something breakable, and found the quiet almost speakable in ways I couldn't quite articulate, before I let myself just sit and wait for nothing in particular to come, and found that nothing was the needed sum. The quiet hour finds me every time, reminds me that this life is also mine, not just the meetings and the things to do, but this particular kind of truth. Between the noise and sleep, for me, the quiet hour. Receive it, the quiet hour. Believe it, that rest is not a luxury you earn. The quiet hour is yours in return for everything. The quiet hour. Just taste it, let it be the thing it needs to be, a space between the noise and sleep. For me, the quiet hour. Receive it, the quiet hour. Believe it, that rest is not a luxury you earn. The quiet hour is yours in return for everything. Quiet hour. The quiet hour. The quiet hour. The chairs are gray and slightly too upright. The coffee from the machine is not quite right, and everyone in here is carrying more than they brought through the automatic door. We all look at our phones or at the floor, or at the clock above the corridor, and no one speaks, because what would you say to a stranger on this kind of day? The waiting room is where we're all the same. Nobody here is playing any game of status or of competence or worth. We're just the people hoping for good news, for something. In the hospital waiting room, we all hope for the same kind of bloom, of relief, of all clear, of come home. In the hospital waiting room, we sit alone, but we're not alone. Everyone here knows the particular fear of waiting for the word in the hospital waiting room. That word. The woman 3 seats over has her eyes closed and her lips are moving slightly like a prayer. And I find myself inside my own version of whatever she is doing over there, because this place has a way of stripping everything back to what you actually need. Where just for the person you love to be okay, which is the only real creed. The waiting room is where we're all the same. Nobody here is playing any game of status or of competence or worth. We're just the people hoping for good news, for something. In the hospital waiting room, we all hope for the same kind of bloom, of relief, of all clear, of come home. In the hospital waiting room, we sit alone, but we're not alone. Everyone here knows the particular fear of waiting for the word in the hospital waiting room. That word. The doctor came and said the words I needed, and I walked out into the afternoon, and everything looked different. Everything was vivid in a way it hadn't been since the waiting room. Since the waiting room. In the hospital waiting room, we all hope for the same kind of bloom, of relief, of all clear, of come home. In the hospital waiting room, we sit alone, but we're not alone. Everyone here knows the particular fear of waiting for the word in the hospital waiting room. That word. That word. That word. There's an empty seat at Christmas this year, the one that's always been yours for so long. I set the table the way that we always did, then remembered and the setting was wrong. I stood with the plate in my hands for a moment and let the kitchen be quiet and still. And all of the years of this same table gathered around me until they had time to fill the silence with something that wasn't quite sadness, but wasn't quite anything else I could name. The empty seat is not the person, the empty seat is just the space they left. The person isn't everything around it, and every story shared and every breath. The empty seat at the table is the place where love is most unable to pretend that everything is fine. The empty seat in the morning light is the absence that makes itself right. In the very middle of the line between who we were and who we are. The empty seat beside the empty chair holds more than furniture. The empty seat. We laughed at dinner, genuinely laughed at something that would have made you laugh too. For a second it felt wrong to be laughing, and then it felt like exactly what you'd want us to do. Because you were never the kind of person to want the table to be draped in grief. You were the one who always started singing when the meal ran long, when we needed relief. The empty seat is not the person, the empty seat is just the space they left. The person isn't everything around it, in every story shared and every breath. The empty seat at the table is the place where love is most unable to pretend that everything is fine. The empty seat in the morning light is the absence that makes itself right. In the very middle of the line between who we were and who we are. The empty seat beside the empty chair holds more than furniture. The empty seat, fill the seat with memory, fill it with the stories, fill the seat with everything that made them who they were to us, who they always were. The empty seat at the table is the place where love is most unable to pretend that everything is fine. The empty seat in the morning light is the absence that makes itself right. In the very middle of the line between who we were and who we are. The empty seat beside the empty chair holds more than furniture. The empty seat. The empty seat. Nobody writes songs about Tuesday. Nobody makes films about the middle of the week. Nobody posts about the unremarkable morning of the day that nobody seems to seek out as significant, as worthy of the frame of memory or meaning, or the kind of fame that weekends get and Mondays get for being hard, and Fridays get for being the reward. But Tuesday is quietly faithful. Tuesday shows up every single week, without the drama, without the mystique. Tuesday does the work without the glory. Tuesday is the backbone of the story. Tuesday, I have underrated you. Tuesday, I have never quite seen through the ordinary surface of your day to all the life that Tuesday holds in its way. Tuesday, morning coffee, Tuesday call, Tuesday, light along the office halls. Tuesday is where most of life takes place. Tuesday is the human keeping pace with what it means to be alive. Tuesday, thank you for arriving. Tuesday, I had the best conversation of the year on a Tuesday that I barely can remember. Just a Tuesday in the middle of October, somewhere between September and December. And if you'd asked me what day it had been, I wouldn't have said Tuesday with conviction. But looking back through the calendar, I find it was a Tuesday, quietly significant. Tuesday shows up every single week, without the drama, without the mystique. Tuesday does the work without the glory. Tuesday is the backbone of the story. Tuesday, I have underrated you. Tuesday, I have never quite seen through the ordinary surface of your day, to all the life that Tuesday holds in its way. Tuesday, morning coffee, Tuesday call, Tuesday, light along the office halls. Tuesday is where most of life takes place. Tuesday is the human keeping pace with what it means to be alive. Tuesday, thank you for arriving. Tuesday, pay attention to your Tuesdays. Most of life is Tuesday in disguise. Pay attention to your Tuesdays. The ordinary is where the treasure lies, where it lies. Tuesday, I have underrated you. Tuesday, I've never quite seen through the ordinary surface of your day, to all the life that Tuesday holds in its way. Tuesday, morning coffee, Tuesday calls, Tuesday, light along the office halls. Tuesday is where most of life takes place. Tuesday is the human keeping pace with what it means to be alive. Tuesday, thank you for arriving. Tuesday.
She never measured anything precisely. A handful of this, a pinch of that, she'd say. And I would watch and try to memorize the quantities, but her hands knew things that measurements can't weigh. The soup she made on every winter Sunday has never tasted quite the same in mine. Despite the years of trying to replicate it, the recipe is somewhere in the time between her hands and mine. The recipe is not just the ingredients, the recipe is everything she brought. The particular attention, the particular love, the particular way she thought about feeding the people at her table. The recipe I'm looking for is not written down in any drawer. The recipe lives in the memory of standing in the kitchen watching her. The recipe is the love that went into every single pot and meant more than nourishment, more than the meal. The recipe
at home. The recipe. I called my cousin last Thanksgiving to ask if she remembered how it went. The particular way with the particular seasoning. And we laughed because neither of us meant to forget it. It just slipped between the years and the transitions and the scene of our own lives becoming the main story, while hers became the one we leaned into for sustenance. The recipe is not just the ingredients. The recipe is everything she brought. The particular attention, the particular love, the particular way she thought about feeding the people at her table. The recipe I'm looking for is not written down in any drawer. The recipe lives in the memory of standing in the kitchen watching her. Into every single pot and meant more than nourishment, more than the meal. The recipe is how she made us feel at home. The recipe. Write your recipes down tonight. Not just the food but the feeling. Write the way the kitchen sounded right, right, everything. Is not written down in any drawer. The recipe lives in the memory of standing in the kitchen watching her. The recipe is the love that went into every single pot and meant more than nourishment, more than the meal. The recipe is how she made us feel at home. The recipe, the recipe, the recipe.
Same road, same light, same radio, the same familiar way I go. Past the school and past the park, through the gray of morning dark. 20 minutes door to door. I've done this drive 10,000 more times than I could ever count. Down the hill and round the mountain. Yet today I see a thing I've never noticed. Noticing a cherry tree in someone's yard that blooms despite the concrete heart. Maybe that's what daily does. It wears away the obvious until one morning something shows that's always been there, always grows. The drive to work, the same old road, the same familiar heavy load. The drive to work, but something's changed. Or maybe I have rearranged the way I see the ordinary, the way I hold what I carry. The drive to work is not just that, it's everything. I'm looking at the drive to work. I stop for lights at Maple Street and watch the school kids cross their feet over crossings painted bright, a crossing guard in orange light, and something in their morning rush, their back
hush reminds me of a time before, when I was running out the door without a worry, without a plan, just a kid becoming a man. And now that man drives past the place and sees that kid's unworried face. Maybe that's what daily does, it wears away the obvious, until one morning something shows that's always been there, always grows. The drive to work, the same old road, the same familiar heavy load. The drive to work, but something's changed. Or maybe I have rearranged the way I see the ordinary, the way I hold what I carry. The drive to work is not just that, it's everything. I'm looking at the drive to work. Pay attention to the ordinary, it's where your actual life is. Pay attention to the ordinary, that's where the meaning lives, that's where it lives. The drive to work, the same old road, the same familiar heavy load. The drive to work, but something's changed. Or maybe I have rearranged the way I see the ordinary, the way I hold what I carry. The drive to work is not just that, it's everything. I'm looking at the drive to work.